Karts on track, ladies and gentlemen, in KZ2. Here is your starting lineup. Jeffrey Fixer on pole position. Jens Troyer on the outside of row number 1. Robin Glerum, the inside of row number 2 alongside Germany's Farin Mega. Then it is Renzo Alibaks and Kevin Stihauer on row number 3. Dirk van Sleefhout and Rick Musevic on row number 4. Eric Angenent and Nigel Hendricks on row number 5. Jelte Boomer and Daniel Ten Bak on row 6. Dan Zopfi and Martin van Eichten on row number 7. As we look, we're going through turn number 4 on their second rolling lap. Jeffrey Fixer, Jens Troyer, Farin Mega on the Kartspiel Deutschland entry. He is a former Grand Finals champion in Minimax for his home nation of Germany. And now he is in the main class. And for drivers who are interested in, well, I mean, there's always got to be an underdog in karting in every race, and a lot of people are rooting for the underdog. And if you're looking for one in this race, look no further than driver number 266, Nigel Hendricks. Now, why do I say that? Well, that is a very unique go-kart, and it's a very unique engine. And of course, in KZ2, there are a number of engine builders, and there is a little bit of technical freedom. Obviously, there are, lots of rules and regulations regarding the gearbox and engine and the various components that are standard. But there are areas where different engine builders can try things different and use a bit of old-fashioned, ingenuity and lateral thinking outside the box, as it were. And that chassis, it is a unique chassis for Nigel Hendricks. It's a Motori 7 engine, which is a unique engine in this class. The only, let's have a little look. The chassis is called, it's the AT Motorsport team that are running it, but the chassis in kart number 266 is the, is it the Orsolon kart? I'm trying, the Obertron kart for 266. It's the Obertron chassis. It's an Italian chassis, and with a Motori 7 engine. Very unique design to that car. Lights are out, and somebody at the front got an excellent start. Somebody at the middle of the row didn't get away at all well, and one of the Maranellos, I think, has gone. That's number 265, Eric Angenent, out of the race before we're even underway. And was there a jump start? Because I have to say, Jeffrey Fixer got away very, very well indeed. Jeffrey Fixer leading Jens Troyer. We'll pick up the rest of the order as they come at the end of lap number 1, but we're into turn number 10 now. The Maranello kart leads the CRG. Jens Troyer trying to capitalize on Enzo Boll's absence. I think it may have been the Mach 1 kart of Farin Mega, who was very slow away. Well, Jeffrey Fixie made a great start. Renzo Alibaks is up into second on his CRG in front of fellow CRG driver Jens Troyer. Robin Glerum leads the first of those 3 red and white Birrell ART karts with Kevin Stihauer and Dirk van Silfhout next. Then Daniel Ten Bak and Rick Miewitz in 8th. Jelte Boomer is 9th. Oh, there is the number 272 kart out. That's Dan Zopfi. So down to 12 runners already. And the leader charging away up at the front, but I can already see on my timing screen a 3-second penalty for race leader Jeffrey Fixer for a jump start. Now that is not, it's not good, but it's not complete disaster for Fixie. Renzo Alibax, there he is, kart number 214, leading Jens Troyer. He's got to try and stay within 3 seconds of Jeffrey Fixer. This group now have to try and work together. If they fight amongst themselves, then they will slow each other down and potentially give Fixer a 3-second lead. If they just sort of all stay in line and try and tow their way up to the leader, then Fixer will lose more than just one position. At the moment, there are 6 karts within 3 seconds. Sorry, 5 other karts within 3 seconds. There is a move down at turn number 4, and that was Farin Mega on the very slow starting Mark 1 kart, now picking up speed. He made a bad getaway, did the German driver, but now he is charging back up through the order. He's already passed Nigel Hendricks, Martin van Eyzen, Yaltir Boomer, and I think that was Farin moving up into 8th position past Rick Mievis. But this battle now for third position, Renzo Alibax is away and in front of this battle. This is Jens Troyer trying to hold off, count them. Oh, and he's not holding them off anymore because he runs a little bit wide at turn number 4. And here he goes, fighting back now, trying to repass over that bump. Oh, and they touch. There was a big jump on the inside of the back straight there that unsettled Jens Troyer, and Robin Glerum on the outside had nowhere to go. And Glerum out of the race. Jens Troyer, championship leader, will now be well over 3 seconds behind race leader Jeffrey Fixer. Fixer only 9th in the point standings, not really a factor, but still Troyer he's down in 6th position, just in front of Farin Mega. He wants to pick up as many places, have as many good results as possible in Enzo Ball's absence. But that incident promoted Kevin Stihauer into 3rd position. Dirk van Silpout is now 4th, with Daniel Tenbach in 5th. Jens Troyer is 6th. Mega 7th, then Rick Miuswitz, Yaltir Boomer and Nigel Hendricks. Martin van Eyden is the last kart running, so Glerum out of the race, obviously with a bit of damage to his kart. As we come through turn number 14, we watch that blue and white kart in the middle of those 3 drivers on your screen. That is the Kartspiel Deutschland machine of Farin Mega, and last the late breakers, he parks it on the turn for Apex. Farin Mega moves up another position in kart 245. That will put him actually in, that was passing championship leader Jens Troyer into 6th position. His next target is kart number 277. There he is, the red and white Birrell. Well, that's 217, I do apologise. 211 even, of Kevin Stihauer. Farin Mega has got a big gap now to close before he gets up to Dirk van Silpout in 5th position. But still, after falling back to virtually last at the start, Mega will be pleased with his comeback drive. We've still got 4 minutes plus 2 laps to go, however. Now, lap times, or gaps at the front. Jeffrey Fixer, 1.7 seconds in front of Renzo Alibax. This battle, for 3rd position you're watching, that is 5 seconds behind Fixer. So at the moment, that 3-second penalty for Fixer will only drop him to 2nd. And now there are penalties a 3-second penalty for Robin Glerum. Well, his cup of misery is already full because he's out of the race. But your championship leader, Jens Troyer, who's already back to 7th place on the road, has been given a 10-second penalty for unsportsmanlike driving. We saw what precipitated that. It was on your screens and it resulted in Robin Glerum having to retire from the race. But that will drop Jens Troyer. Well, at the moment he's just in front of kart 204, Rick Mujovic. And that will drop Troyer, behind Jelte Boomer, maybe behind Nigel Hendricks as well. 2.5 minutes remaining. So Troyer, yeah, he would be down behind, well, he'd be down behind Nigel Hendricks. You see him just going through your screen there in kart 266. So this would not be the type of result that Jens Troyer wanted with his main title rival Enzo Ball not here this weekend. It's not the type of result you wanted, considering that Farin Mega is recovering well from making a very poor start. So Jens Troyer, over-exuberant, I think is the best word we can use. He crosses the line, 7th on the road. Mujovic behind him. There's Jelte Boomer. There is that Oberon kart. Spoke about earlier, Nigel Hendricks doing a good job in 10th position ahead of Martin van Eyden. With 90 seconds to go, Jeffrey Fixer is now 2 seconds in front of Renzo Alibax. All Jeffrey has to do is find another 9/10 of a second and he will make up for his 3-second penalty for jumping the start. And the gap grows by another 0.2 of a second to 2.2 seconds. Fixer has got to get his head down. There is Alibax just leaving your screen. Here's the 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th place karts. And wow, Farin Mega has closed a 3-second deficit to Dirk van Sleefhout. Farin Mega could yet pick up more places. Well, he's going to pick up one more position when, no, he's already ahead of Jens Troyer. So we were looking at Daniel Tenbach there in kart 223 being chased by the 211 of Kevin Stehauer. Then it is Dirk van Sleefhout and a charging Farin Mega. Mega on that gold and purple Mach 1 chassis gets very wide coming out of turn 14. He is sizing up for a move down at turn number 4. Is he close enough? Not quite. And Renzo Alibax has got the message that he needs to put his foot down because he has started to reel Jeffrey Fixer in. The gap was out to 2.2 seconds. It's now down to 2.1. Now, next time by, it'll be 2 laps to go. And there are spots of rain in the air. The sun is shining, but as you can see on our Camp Company cameras, there are some spots of rain. This will make the last 2 laps very treacherous indeed. Lap times have already fallen off. There's the move from Farin Mega. Trademark turn 4 move, up the inside, stamp on the brakes, park it on the apex, and then up through the gears to accelerate your way out of trouble. And Fixer's lead is shrinking, so, and of course, Jeffrey Fixer is the first kart along to the changing track conditions. So Renzo Alibax has got a little bit of time to react to the changing grip. There goes our leaders on to the final lap. Here's the 3rd place battle between Tenbach and Stehauer. Then it's Mega and van Sleefhout. Jens Troyer looks over his shoulder, but he is a long way back, and it'll get even worse for him when his 10-second penalty is applied at the end of this race. But Jeffrey Fixer, he's going to win on the road, but Renzo Alibax, he laps Martin van Eyden. Renzo Alibax, 1.6 seconds behind him in cart number 214, is going to take the victory once this driver on your screen now has their 3-second penalty enforced. Fixer leads. His triumph will turn to dejection very shortly when he sees that he's been given a 3-second jump start penalty, and Renzo Alibax will be your unofficial winner. Fixer will take second, however. Daniel Tenbach is third. Kevin Stehauer is fourth. Farin Mega is fifth. Dirk van Sleefout is sixth. And then Rick Miewicz, Jelte Boomer, and Jens Troyer will be classed next. Nigel Hendricks will finish 10th, and Martin van Eyden, the last driver still running. Sadly, Robin Glerum and Dan Zopfi retired, as did Eric Angenet. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the pre-finals here at Circuit Park Berghem. You are watching the 7th event of the 2024 Dutch Rotax Max Championship and the Dutch National Championship for KZ2, courtesy of Chrono Karting and our sponsors, VAG Technique, who is Acer, Vita Raf Racing, and Van Tienen Coffee Machines. We'll be back very shortly with the main events themselves, the finals. The first final out will be Micromax, due to start in just 3 minutes' time. Don't go away.